What's up, everyone? As some of you may have known, for the last couple of months, actually a few months ago, I put up a video on this channel in regards to transmission fluttering. Basically, my problem was whenever you get anywhere above, like, I don't know, 37 or 38 miles an hour, and the transmission kicks into the fourth gear, or overdrive, whichever one it is, it does this thing where it won't settle into place. Doesn't really feel like it's slipping. It's just, it kind of goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and then, before it finally settles down. It's been getting progressively worse over the last couple of months. When it shifts from first to second, it's usually pretty good. Second to third's not bad, and then, like I said, third to fourth is really, really bad. So the thing that I'm doing today is I'm going to get onto the freeway, and we're gonna head out to buy some Trans-X, and then while we're on the freeway, I can maybe show you exactly what it's doing, because it's a lot more noticeable on the highway. So we're getting ready to get on the ramp now. That was a hard one. See? See that? I feel it. So yeah, we're gonna buy the Trans-X. And, then we're probably going to go ahead and put it in. I'll drive the car around a little bit and see if we can get to work in there, but I got it good right now. It's like when you try to give it a little bit of acceleration, not a whole lot, it just doesn't want to settle. See? Yeah, that's what she's doing. I like the sky today. Try and kick it one more time. See it? And if I really stomp on it, then it will do it okay. See? And we have snow. Yeah, look at this beautiful Ohio weather. Tell you what, I'm really good at parking close to the garage. Poor car. Yep, she looks like winter. Well, basically, update on the transmission problem. What I did was went ahead and bought the Trans-X. It's been in the transmission for a few days now. Didn't put the whole quart in, put a little under a quart, or half quart, I'm sorry. I didn't want to overfill anything or whatnot. So what happened was put the Trans-X in, and I haven't noticed a difference in the transmission yet. It might take some more time, but I've also noticed that some people have been telling me in regards to one of my other video on the transmission that I did. Some people have mentioned it may be a mass airflow sensor. I had a 92 Bonneville a couple years ago, and it was kind of doing the same thing, I guess, only it was doing it differently. Yeah, the Bonneville was giving me just random power thrusts out of nowhere, and the Bonneville even stalled on me while driving, and of course the check engine light was on. That turned out to be the mass airflow sensor. With this, I don't have the check engine light on at all, and I haven't really had any stalling problems or anything. The only time I've had the problem with these random, back and forths is when the car is around 40 miles an hour and up, and yeah, you go to accelerate a little bit. So, needless to say, I went ahead anyway and went to my mechanic this morning. We went ahead and scanned the computer. There was no trouble codes stored in my car at all. I thought also maybe that could be the transmission solenoids, or one of them, but there was no codes for those. So basically what he told me was to drive in third, because he thinks it could be the overdrive going out. So I've been driving in third. We got a lot of snow today, so I can't really demonstrate exactly what I wanted to demonstrate, but I've been driving in third all day, and I noticed earlier it started doing it in third, right around 40 miles an hour. Same thing. You want to slightly accelerate, but you don't want to stomp on it. You get the whole back and forth thing in third gear. So I called him back, and he said at this point he's not really sure if it's the transmission or not. He actually thinks it could be the fuel pump, or not fuel pump, fuel filter. And I guess in a way it makes sense, because if you're going that fast and you give it some more acceleration, the engine's at high RPM, but like it's still under a load when you accelerate. So if there's any dirt in that fuel filter, it's sticking, just because you're probably sending enough pressure through that filter to where it's not clearing it, so like if you stomp on it, you might be able to get past the dirt. And that's basically why it seems like it works better every time you really stomp on it to accelerate. Back in October, took the car to Myrtle Beach, and we drove the continuous 13 hours there and 13 hours back. So through several tanks of gas, I'm sure maybe the dirt in the gasoline didn't have a chance to settle at the bottom of the tank, and therefore it probably clogged up the fuel filter. So it makes sense to me once I think about it like that. The only problem is I wanted to see how much a fuel filter costs for an 08 Grand Prix, and they're not like the old-fashioned filters. They're built into the sending unit inside the tank. So unfortunately, if I'm replacing the fuel filter, I'm replacing the whole assembly inside, which is a couple $100. So I'm kind of disappointed at that. I mean, for the price of a new fuel pump assembly and everything, it's almost half as much as a transmission for the car. But in a way, you know, I'm starting to believe it's not the transmission. The fuel filter sounds a little more like the symptoms that it's showing. Yeah, it just seems really weird, because I can, if I'm doing like 40 and I want to get into the overdrive, I can pop the shifter into the overdrive myself, and it'll go into overdrive beautifully. There's really nothing hesitant when you do it manually like that. So I don't know, but that's where we stand at the moment. So we will see what happens. I'm gonna have to wait till maybe tax time. I also want the car to get a full tune-up, and I'm also going to replace this broken tie rod, or loose tie rod, I should say. That's why the car shimmies so much on the highway. So, alright, that was my little update for you guys. Check back. Eventually, I'll have some more information. So, thanks guys. Talk to you later.